Hello and welcome to an informational presentation for EDET 620, Educational Technology. This topic is going to address the general concept of instruction. Recall that the overall goal for the course is addressing the question, how can teachers use technology to improve their professional practice? Also recall in the big picture for the course that there are four distinct ways in which technology is going to be presented to help teachers learn how it can be used to help them improve their practice. One area has to do with instruction, how technology can be used to improve the overall instructional effectiveness of teachers. The next area is community building and ways in which technology can be used to help teachers improve the community among all of the stakeholders in their job. A third area has to do with the way technology can be used to help manage and support various aspects of a teacher's job. And finally, the fourth area of ways in which technology can be used to improve teaching address how technology can be used to improve professional development efforts of teachers. This particular presentation is going to address the general concept of instruction, and this is done as a precursor to some of the course projects that will be helping teachers acquire skills in which technology is used to improve instruction. So what is instruction, and what do we mean by instruction? Well, I'm going to use as an example of instruction and what constitutes instruction something that I've always found fascinating as a parent, and that is that a young child comes into this world without the ability to do lots of different things. And after a certain amount of interaction with the world around them, with formal and informal learning environments, within a few years' time, these young children learn and possess the ability to do many amazing things, not the least of which is learning how to read, all the skill sets that constitute reading. That's fascinating. So consider for a moment what happens then when somebody who doesn't know how to do something like read, goes into a series of experiences, and they emerge from those experiences with the ability to do something. So what goes on inside of those experiences? What are the things that happen that help individuals acquire specific skills? What are they? Well, here's a rather schematic way to examine some of those specific factors that influence and affect whether or not somebody is going to acquire any particular skill set. This is just one way to look at it, but there's always a beginning to a learning experience, and that can be labeled introduction. There are skill-specific activities and information that is presented within that environment or within that experience. There's always practice with feedback over the skills that are being acquired or learned. There is generally some type of a review or reflection that goes on within the learning experience. And again, this can be all mushed together, all mixed together. This, for the sake of simplification, this is presented in schematic form. There are other factors as well that influence and affect how people learn from any given experience, and those include reflection opportunities, scaffolding or support mechanisms in the learning experience, the type of communication that goes on among and between the different people involved, and then if learning is occurring within a social environment, there is some degree of collaboration. There is generally some type of evaluation as well that occurs to provide further feedback for the learners as well as for those involved in helping learners learn. And perhaps most importantly, there is some type of context that is provided within the learning experience that is all of the factors that influence and affect the meaning and the purpose of learning anything. So there is context there as well, and that represents in a schematic form the different factors that influence and affect learning, and these are the things that constitute instruction, constitute the manner in which a learning environment is arranged for the purpose of facilitating learning. Now, in the next information presentation, I'm going to examine more succinctly and clearly what are the elements of just one piece of this instructional model, and that is the introduction. What constitutes an effective introduction? And in the course EDET 620, you will then be given a chance to apply information about what makes effective introductions within a technology-supported piece of a learning environment. So stay tuned.